Greetings, fellow mayors. This is Captain Obvious, and welcome back to the Masterclass series for new and veteran players to help improve their city building and city management skills. When playing vanilla, you may notice that education, service buildings, and unique buildings are different depending on the map theme you're playing. But did you know that you can unlock both? In the Content Manager, proceed with the styles and scroll down, find the European Vanilla and turn that on. And this is also where you can unlock other DLC themes like the latest countryside and your emerging downtown. And with that said, let's continue with the city. And we have returned to Hanami Bay, and just to recap from the previous episode, what we did was we created our point of interest right here in the middle. We also use our very large unique building, and these are our high density residential, which is what we also did. And eventually they will level up. So if you take a look, they have 5 levels, and when they grow, they will be about mid or halfway height of this, depending on the building model itself. And with our point of interest, of course, we have our parks, so people will visit, and we have our transportation stops. So we have our elevated metro station, and it is sucking in 480 per week. I'm going to turn this off because it is not active at the moment, so might as well turn it off. We also have our tram tracks here with also bus lanes for our main road. So we could add in bus stations anywhere basically. So yeah, and if we take a look at our theme, so we have our low rise, mid rise, and this will be our high rise area looking over the coast, which is very neat once everything here gets populated. And the thing that we want to do is we also want to eventually get rid of this because this is a huge mess. So with that, I am going to start dezoning this area. So what will happen when I dezone? So when I dezone, this will, you see our demand, it says demand for industry or offices is low. So what I'm going to do is, so when I dezone this, this will rise up because now we lost all of that. And what I will instead of adding the industry, we're gonna add offices instead. So first we need to create our roads in order for offices to be built. But let's go ahead and add in our roads. So I'm just going to extend this. I believe it is around let me check. I believe we're gonna be using this one. So distance here is 12, so it's around there. Okay, let me just create our roads and then we can proceed. Oh, so you notice this one is not actually grounded. I believe it's because of the terrain. Yep, sometimes the terrain does that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna delete it and then reconnect it. Did it work? Yep, it seems like it worked. Yeah, sometimes the roads are stubborn that way. All you have to do is just, you can flatten it out, you can fix it that way, or you can just redo the road itself. So let me just continue to make this. And while we're here, I might as well upgrade the road. So we are using the 6-lane road with tram trucks, bus stop, bus lane, and bicycle lane. So I'm going to use this. And we are going to upgrade all our main roads. So here I'm going to upgrade these. However, this I cannot upgrade because there is no one-way, right? Unfortunately, it does not have a one-way. So how do I connect these roads? So the bus lane doesn't necessarily need to have a bus lane in order for buses to operate. However, the tram tracks do need a track. Therefore, I am going to upgrade the middle part with tram tracks. We're going to keep it at 4 lanes. So I'm simply going to upgrade this. Okay, so now, eventually, we're going to have our tram stop here where people can get off and on and visit our little park area. Okay, so now you can see that our industry or office demand has gone up. I'm going to leave this for now. So slowly and surely, the pollution will dissipate. So you can see There is pollution. Let's check. The pollution is here, but visibly you cannot see it. That's because I have a mod active. It does not remove pollution. Pollution does exist. It's just not visually there because it is disgusting to look at. So it's not a game-changing mod. It's more like a make the city look more pretty kind of mod. And I also have other mods where the shadows are much less, so it's not too harsh, where you can see like one side of the building is going to be completely dark and it's not pretty to look at. I can explain that in a future video. So let's go ahead and pacify these needs. I'm just going to simply zone this, and now with our offices, what you can do is you can zone one side with office. You can mix it up. So I'm just going to do this for this end just to pacify that need. And let me check. Yeah. Oh, actually I could leave it on this end only. And let's add commercial on this side. Okay, ×3 speed. So that should pacify. I'm going to leave this alone for now. Okay, let's go check out the needs of the city. So comes to electrical, we are good in that front. Our water seems to be low, so we need to add a drain. So this will also be addressed in the future, where we're gonna fix all of this up. We're gonna put them all in one spot, or scatter them around, just not here, right? We're basically just throwing our dirt under the carpet at the moment. Okay, other than that, so now let's go check out education. So as you can see, our elementary is down again. Oh, we are now a small city, which unlocked other things that we will not really utilize at the moment. It does not really matter, but train did unlock. Cable cars and more monorail. Oh yeah, monorail transportation is also available. However, this episode is about education. So we got high school, which is also kind of dropping. University is good. Public library you do not really need. So what we need to do is to entertain the elementary and high school. Why is that important? Because if you look at our income, right, each level of building will provide a different amount. So in the low density, you can see our level 2, level 3s is much more. So that's going to be the same with high density. So the more education, yeah, so if you click on a building, you're gonna see that the increased value of land is to allow the building to be upgraded, plazas and good services. So that's for low density. When it comes to high density, this will require education. So make sure our education facility is up so that our high density buildings or residential will be as maximum level as it can be. So right now it's only at level 2. And as you can see, the population increases as our education increases. Let's look for a low level. So this one is only 9 households. So it increases. So our population and our income increases due to education. So with that said, let's go ahead and kind of spruce up our education area here. This I am going to go ahead and unlock this so I could expand this area. So let's proceed and unlock that area. So before you build, it's preferable that you check the terrain that you're working on. So let's go ahead and kind of smooth this out. So you can see, so you'll notice that there are 2 different types of high school. So this is from the European, like I mentioned from the beginning. So you're gonna see that with this one, and then for this one is the typical high school that you will mostly see, right? This building. And this is from the tropical, boreal and temperate themes. In any case, yeah, so as I saw this, right, our high school is low, this one is high, but I'm just gonna build a lot so we don't have to go back to this quite that often. Oh, so I've added down the water, right? So now we need another water tower. Let's find, oh, The other thing is never put your water towers near pollution. That's pretty much the same as having the poop water go into the water pump. In any case, so let's place this somewhere, kind of discreet. I'm gonna place it over here, and let's place another one on this end. So let's just connect them to the main pipe. Okay. We seem to have a lot. Yeah, I'm going to delete this one. Oops. Yeah, because there's just too many towers. Too many towers nearby. Well, we may have to redistribute somewhere else. Alright, let's go to this one. Let's design our school area. So I do not want this to be more grid, so let's try to change this up a little. And if we look at our road structure, right, notice that these are our main roads, right? This one is a little too close together, so preferably this looks like a good distance for a main road, right? Until like, so everything else inside will be just small medium roads. Yeah, this one is definitely too close. However, the reason why I did this is because it is along the coastline. So if that's said, we could add probably one more block, but I could probably add two more. But let's go ahead and kind of reshape this area. Okay, I'm not actually sure which direction it's gonna go. I want to focus on this first. So let's put up our high schools. I'm gonna use this as our guide. Then I'm gonna make like a little circle. So if you notice, right, it's like a L. And if I put all four together, we could make something interesting. I don't want to put it here, so I will place this one here. Then I'm going to add another one, preferably around here. So I will require a road on that end. We could probably put something in the middle if there is enough space. First, let's handle this one. How do I put this? So I think we need a road here. Okay, there you go. Our theme is coming in. Let's add a little space in between. Now, let's see. So we need a road there. Oop, let me relocate these. And the last one is going to be here. There you go. So now we have a interesting shape. Now all we need to do is fill in the outer areas. Let's see what other schools there are. So these are 4 high schools. That's a lot of schools. Let's find some elementary schools. So there are also these buildings, but I don't feel like it matches with the theme. So I'm gonna go with the old school ones and mix in the other types, such as this elementary school. I see this university, right? The university matches this type of building. So that university is over here. So I am going to go ahead and relocate it. I'm gonna put it on this end. Oh, you know what would be really neat is if I could place it in the middle. Oh yeah, that would be so cool. Yeah, I think we can do that. Place it in the middle, and then we'll have this on the outsides, on the outskirts. All right, let's redesign this. All right, cool. We have a pretty neat shape here. Let's try to make this a little more interesting. So it's gonna look like it's a part of it. Let me delete these. Unfortunately, it's not really in the middle, but that's fine. I could use Move It mod and just center it. Let's add in some parking lots. Oh, we require water on this end. Okay, let's see if we can squeeze in some of those park assets. Like this one. Oh, that's perfect. Look at that. Okay, that is beautiful. You know what? I can't stand it. I think I am gonna use Move It mod. So this doesn't really change the gameplay, but it just enables you to slightly, move the game or move some structures. Okay, now I'm happy with that. Now let's fill in these areas. So I think we can use some of the generic high school, elementary buildings. Okay, with that said, let's try to add a few. Okay, a community school fits here. Okay, looking good. Very, very symmetrical. And now we have this large space here. So we have other schools that we have. Institute of Creative Arts. We can add that. So this is basically a high school. Yeah, I think we can put it here. Okay, not bad, not bad. Right, we have our little school area. Okay, let's add in some pathways just to fill in the space. So yeah, we're kind of building on a slope. That explains like the little lumps and bumps. Yeah, like that. But we can't really do much about it because it is on a slope. So with this, I'm gonna go with the pavement path so that it kind of matches the pavement that we already have here. So I have Anarchy mod, which enables me to kind of connect to other things. That's why you notice that I'm able to connect to the main roads and whatnot. Okay, and of course, let's add in some parking lots, which is one of my favorite things to add. Oops, this one is too big. So let's use the small ones. Okay, and lastly, what we need is to add some type of sports activity. So let's add in, let's find a decent sports stadium. Ooh, so we have an American football park. So it's convenient that we also have our parking lots here. You know, this seems more like a campus, college campus than a high school. I mean, it doesn't have to be a high school, right? However, these buildings do have playgrounds. So, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Let me upgrade some of the roads. Oh, it has no connection to the main area. Oh, I see this road. I think it should be connected there, you know, just to align it. Okay, let me do that quickly. Okay, we might as well use move it mod just to scoot the structure a little to the right. I could even move this node just a little bit. There you go. We don't have to connect that one, but we do need to connect this somewhere. Hold on. So this area, we need to kind of figure out what to put on the other end, but we can't just have a football stadium. We're gonna need some, let's see, some soccer fields perhaps. Okay, this works a little better. So I created that space so that I could add in our favorite parking lots. Oops, wrong direction. Again. So this end, I am going to put something completely different. Oh, the garbage and I think crime is piling up because it's not connected to anything. Yeah, let's deal with this now. There. So now services should be able to enter. There you go. Wow, he came in immediately. Right, he's doing his job. Very nice. Okay, so we have this and this area. Let's see. I think we could add a few more buildings. Okay, and I think that will do. Yeah, that works. That works for me. And this should pacify our education needs for a very, very, very long time. Well, wow, the high school, look at that. I mean, the elementary school. We actually need more. That's insane. We need more elementary schools. All right, let's see what we can do. We could probably add more on this side. Okay, that works for me. Let's upgrade the roads just to add some trees in between it. All right, let's take one final look at our education. 4,000, that's pretty good. Wow, our university is actually getting slightly full, but that's okay. Let's see now what we do with this. I think if we can, we could probably delete some of these roads. Let me see, so that it's not just like a square. I want it to be where we don't, where I could delete roads where it's not necessary. Okay, so this is the one that's necessary. Therefore, I think I can delete this side. Okay, this is the one that we need. Okay, we don't need that road. Okay, perfect. Let's see this side. Okay, I think that's, yeah, that looks good. Oh wait, this thing is not connected anywhere here. I guess I have to connect this or this one right here. Or perhaps a different entrance. Let me think about this. Yeah, I think we'll give this a different entrance. So I will connect it from here. Therefore, I need to reconfigure this one so that it connects smoothly there. I could leave it like this, but I would rather rejig this completely. I think this is like too close together, so I'm going to kind of squeeze her out a little bit. Okay, I like how that looks. Yeah, I also like this distance, so let's remove or relocate this a little bit. So again, this is not connected. We need to find another alternate, so I guess it will have to go here. All right, let me redo this one. Yeah, I think I'm very, very happy with this layout. Um, hey, let's go ahead and fill in the spaces here. All I'm going to do is I'm going to zone in commercial, and that should suffice. So let's go ahead and zone commercial. Let's make sure our zoning is in there. Okay, our district is here. So it's going to look like this. These are the organic workshops, but I'm not going to zone it on this side. I'm going to zone it on the outer uh, area. Wait, I haven't thought about what to do with our entrance. Let's see. You know, I think I don't know. I think parking lots. Parking lots are always so good, in my opinion. It's like you could never go wrong with parking lots. Oh my god, I love parking lots, I have to say. So yeah, let's add more on this end. However, this seems a little overkill. Yeah, let's remove some. Feel like there should be like another building here. Let's see if I could squeeze more of these. Now that I look at it from the top view, these elementary schools from the European theme, they look too much like our residential area. So I'm gonna replace it and place these ones instead. So it really stands out if you look at it. Right, it looks like a completely different area from here. So that's it. I'm gonna replace these. Okay, I like this. Now let's just connect the dots, so to speak. You know what? Let's not connect this one. Okay, this is one hell of a campus area. So this may not actually be high school and elementary, regardless of the assets that they have. I mean, it still could be. This is one hell of a campus, but I like it. Let's go ahead and just plant in our trees. Oh, whoa, whoa, we have a death wave ongoing. Let's make sure we have enough cemeteries. We probably do not. Oh, we need to unlock this. So that is at 17,000. I'm going to go ahead and place one here. And let's put another one on this end. Here. Okay, that should pick up the dead. And I believe you can just either leave it open like this or just add a few more trees. So we're gonna try to add a few more. And again, try to use the same trees that is already... Oh my goodness! Our high school is on fire! Oh, okay, it was taken care of immediately. Yeah, that's not something you want to see. Alright, okay. There were no people in there. Thank goodness. Okay, let's go ahead and let's see. These trees are the same as this ones. So I'm just gonna plant a few, just not too many. And just at the same areas where they grow. Oh, this thing is burnt. That's why it's doing this. You know, I said I originally didn't want to plant too much, but now that when I look at it at the top view, it looks great actually. If you look at that, right? That is a pretty cool campus. Dang, that is huge. Okay. And it also breaks up this a little bit, right? So that is an advantage. Okay, let's kind of surround this area. Yeah, let's fix up the zoning. I'm gonna relocate this one. Oh no. Okay, let me start with this end then, since that side is occupied. I'm gonna curve this road. Okay, I think this works. I apologize if I wasn't like speaking as much this episode. I was really daunted by this because there's a lot of things I could also add in. We could use assets to like put in some stuff, but I also really want to like move forward. So I'm just gonna plant trees here just to fill in the space. Let's make our brush bigger. Yeah, I'll keep it like this for now. Yeah, again, I apologize if I wasn't speaking too much in this episode, but because for the most part, I think just doing it explains it all. I mean, I'm just plopping down buildings, kind of deciding where to put things and whatnot. But yeah, I think this looks like a very, very good looking for our campus area. So we have our first one over here. This is our budget school area. And then we have a huge one over here, which is kind of odd. It's like out in the low density area. Well, this one, we're gonna have to make a new one somewhere here for the high density, or maybe not. Maybe we'll just add a transportation that will go there, right? Yeah, that sounds like an idea.